Hello everybody, this is NC ASMR here. Hello my kittens. Meow. This is going to be a very difficult video. I have been needing to do this video for a long time, but due to other stuff happening, it just got put on hold. But now it is finally time to talk about this and actually speak out about this. So, if you saw my community tabs and you saw the update video a couple of days ago, Laura, an ex-friend of mine, aka Laura Siren Angel, or the Dark Crystal Empire, Werecat Princess, Laura Chase, or the Phantom Project, I think that's what she's rebranded herself now, trying to hide from all this. Anyway, it is finally time to talk about Laura. I'm just going to be calling her Laura so it'll be easier. But if you have contact with her of any type of social media, here are her social medias. She has TikTok, she has Instagram, she has Twitter, she has a lot of stuff. She has YouTube, she has Messenger, Facebook, you name it. She's there. She also has a Tumblr, but I don't have that account or the link to it because she blocked me there, so I can't really grab it. Anyway, it's just time to talk about this. Sorry, I am getting my words mixed up. It's just kind of hard for me to talk about this, and this video will be unscripted because I just need to speak out with my own words, etc. Anyway, there will be trigger warnings. There will be mentioning of grooming, pedophilia, 18 plus stuff, and just a lot of disgusting stuff. And there's your trigger warning. And also another warning, don't witch hunt anybody I mention in this video. It's just, I'd rather not let that happen. Also, if you want more information about these information that has been released recently, check out the stream in the link description below of 225 at night. The VOD is in the description below. Also, I have created a playlist of all the lore stuff that has happened. Also, I'm not sure when I will post this video because there will be a lot of editing, etc. Obscure Titan is coming up with a video pretty soon about Laura, so give him some love as well. If he posts the video before I do, I will put it in the description below. If not, there's a shout out for you, Titan. You're the GOAT. Anyway, let's get on to the video. So I would normally with this video, I would go back in time and talk about what happened exactly, like to the first incident, but the stream that Delta and Pineapple did pretty well to go lay back and relay and go back in time of how all this happened. But for the short, brief version, I will give you that. I will give you a little bit of history. I've known Laura since 2021, near the beginning of the year 2022. We became friends through Discord. She invited me to her Discord server, and we've met a lot of other people there. That's how I met my boyfriend nowadays. Like back then he wasn't my boyfriend, he was just a friend, and now we are dating, etc. I met a lot of other people through Laura, and including J-Rex, my groomer, which another video will be coming out on that soon. But for now, that's being put on hold. But back on topic, me and Laura, in the beginning of the early days of our friendship, we were fine. And then things started getting rocky. What do I mean by rocky? She was worried about subscribers. She was paranoid of not becoming the biggest YouTuber. paranoid of people leaving her. She would be worried that people would leave her in the dust, etc. Here's a screenshot of her suicide baiting, and yes, she's done this many times, but here's one that I screenshot. This was back in her old server. She did this in front of everybody, and it scared the living crap out of me. It came out of nowhere. Then Laura comes back a couple hours later after this meltdown and pretends everything is fine. This happened 3 or 2 times. I don't have other screenshots of the other instance, but that was the only one I had at the time. Continuing, I decided to confront Laura, saying, "Hey, are you okay? Why are you doing this? Why is your behavior like this?" You know how friends are, like, you call your friend, saying, "Hey, this is not really good behavior, blah, blah, blah." As a healthy friend group would say, like, tell you, like, "Hey, are you okay? Or why are you acting like this?" As that's that as an example. But Laura blew up on me in DMs and just put me in timeout for an hour in her server. And she cut me off after a VC call that I had with her, asking about, like, why are you acting like this? Why are you being aggressive to a lot of other my friends? And then she just bans me from the server. And then actually technically didn't ban, she just nuked the server because she was that upset. And so on, and things escalated. Now, I would talk about another instance that happened, but that's just OC drama. It's not important. But I will say there was a lot of manipulation tactics in this. I will say she did it to minors. She did it to adults. She did it for me for 2 years. She did it to Hoverdork for 1 year. She did it to Sonia and a lot of others for many years. I don't know how many years, but it depends how long the friendship was. They did it. Sonia went through a lot of friendship toxic abuse. So did I. A lot of other people did. My boyfriend. Just a lot of innocent minors and innocent adults that didn't need this crap from Laura. And etc. So near like the beginning of or in the middle of 2022 of that year, Sonia's channel got terminated and Laura blamed her father on it. She always pinned it on him, and there's a screenshot right here of Laura clearly have falsely used the copyright system of YouTube. Sonia clearly remembers those videos. Her OCs were never used. Her name wasn't even mentioned. Nothing was used. This was all Sonia's original work. And it just got taken down, and Sonia was sick of it of happening every time. And then it just got terminated. It just went bye-bye. And Sonia was very upset with Laura, very upset. And Laura kept blaming her father, blah, blah, blah. So that happened throughout 2022. And then near in December that same year, Sonia and Laura got back together on Christmas. And they decided to share Laura's channel so Sonia could still continue doing her work and posting it. At the time when I saw Sonia sharing a channel with Laura, I'm like, okay, that's good. But I realized nowadays I never saw Sonia's work. Hardly. I would see Laura's stuff, but I would never see Sonia's. Hardly. It was like a once in a blue moon occasion. Anyway, the new year of 2023 happens. Me and my boyfriend and a lot of others decided to go back to Laura, forgive her of all her bullcrap because she apologized to us in private. So we're chilling and everything, And so the year 2023 happens, everything was fine, and then February rolls around. And it was Valentine's Day. So we were chilling and everything, and I just got done with a Valentine's live stream. And I was doing some art for my boyfriend for Valentine's Day, and he was doing the same. I just got done in a VC call with him, and I see that Laura is back from work. She notifies the whole server when she's back from work. I do the same thing myself. But then she mentions a very inappropriate wet dream with Shadow the Hedgehog in the main chat room. Here is the old screenshot. I can't believe I still have this. This was back up in my Google Drive, so I had it. And so I took a screenshot of this and sent it to Hunter, who, you know, is not a good person nowadays. But back then I didn't know about this behavior, so I told Hunter to tell Laura that this behavior is not okay. The reason I didn't tell her myself is because I've already been blown up in my face by her, and I was terrified of what she would say. Laura goes on a complete meltdown and blames that we ruined her Valentine's Day, and she deletes the server again and kicks me and Hunter out. And I was very confused and very hurt. I was very upset. I was crying for about a couple minutes after that happened. And then I find out that Laura made another server from another friend of mine who's in the server. I was very confused and I wasn't allowed back in. So I tell my boyfriend about this. He makes a video about it because he's upset about it too, and he's not okay with this behavior. And then people start attacking him and me on YouTube. At first, it was very not okay, but then over time, my boyfriend's like, it's kind of funny, but also half annoying, but it's just weird that they're doing this and defending this behavior. And I will say the reason I was upset about this and not okay with this behavior, one, at the time, there were 2 minors in Laura's server. And the reason I knew that is because they revealed their age in their about section in their Discord account. And they revealed their age, and they were minors. At the time, there was a 17-year-old, and the other one was a 15 or 16-year-old. And that was not okay. 2 was too much. And minors saw that description of a very 18-plus stream. So that was not okay. I was stuck. I felt betrayed. I felt humiliated. And I didn't know what to do. At the time, I was in Harley TVS's server and Toastify's server. Nowadays, Toastify's server is gone for some reason. But I was chatting in Harley TVS's server, talking about somebody, which was Laura, that needed to be called out for her behavior and putting minors at risk. But I couldn't do anything about it until I met someone named JoJo. I had no idea who JoJo was. JoJo told me, hey, come talk to me in DMs, so I did. Me and JoJo hit it off and became really close friends after that. JoJo heard my side of the story of what has happened. I showed him the screenshots. And then he talks to Delta and Pineapple, saying, hey, we got a situation here of someone endangering minors. Found them in Harley TVS's server. What do you think? Delta and Pineapple say, invite her. So I go in and I'm greeted by them and I say hello and everything. And they're like, put in the gossip section of the server. And I'm like, okay. So I type in what happened, told the whole story, and they're like, okay, this looks like 225 at night material. And I didn't know what this show was. I never watched it. I never heard of their streams until I met them. So they fill me in about Zango the pedophile. And I tell them about Laura. So we decided to do a show a week later, and they asked me to go on. And I went by another alias named Wolfie because I didn't want to be well known who I was. Because I didn't know at the time what Laura would do. I was terrified, etc. So I did the show. It was very difficult for me because what Laura did to me was very scarring, and it still is to this day. So we do the show and everything, and then all things break loose because JoJo snuck into the server and gave screenshots of what they did in the server. We found out that Laura and a lot of other adults are showing pornography and have porn channels to minors. And there was at the time, I think, 15 or 16 minors in there. There was a whole bunch of them. And that was not okay. So that's why we also did the show as well. So we did the show. All things break loose. Laura freaks out, makes a stream saying I'm innocent, blah, blah, blah. Then Laura is called to the show. Pineapple offers her to come on the show. And, well, at first, backpedal here. Her boyfriend at the time, which is now ex-boyfriend Nate, who is a pedophile as well, but at the time we didn't know that. Nate comes on the show. Delta and Pineapple talk crap about Laura, making fun of her, and try to confront him, like, why is your girlfriend acting like this, blah, blah, blah. And then a week later, Pineapple asked Laura in private, hey, want to come on the show and explain yourself? So she comes on the show, she explains herself, etc., etc. Then things seem to die down a little bit, and then Laura was asked to come on the show again to talk about Nathan, which is Nate, her ex-boyfriend. We were also talking about another pedophile named Elizabeth. And me and Laura bonded, kind of, because I felt bad for Laura because Laura made a story that Nate was abusive to her and just very harmful to her, etc. And we did the show on them, and then a couple weeks later, Laura's asked to come on the show again to talk about Hyena. Hyena was a very, very, very toxic person, but also a pedophile as well himself, because he said something 18 plus to a minor who was 15, who was my friend Hoverdork, to do something that put a plushie in one of his privates and do it on camera on a stream. And when Hover revealed that on stream, when he revealed that on stream with Laura and Delta and Pineapple, they were disgusted. And Laura acted all like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, we thought, oh, Laura wasn't notified about this. That's bad. And then after that stream happened, we did Delta and Pineapple did different shows. They did cringe compilations of like different fandoms. They did Undertale. They did Five Nights at Freddy's. They did Sonic. And then we get this information in private. So Hoverdork goes to Pineapple about this information. And Pineapple and Hover start talking about it, and then Pineapple gives Hover permission to tell this information to me in private. I get these screenshots, and I'm going to show them right now, of Laura Siren Angel ERPing with a 14-year-old. And here is his age right here. Now you can pause and read these, but these are just disgusting. She clearly could have seen his age right here. Matter of fact, she was, this shadow, this J right here was RPing a shadow in an older server. And here's the conversations that they had in general, like in main chat. It wasn't just like, he was just playing with Laura and just teasing with her. He had no idea that she was going to do this sexually. Now, I don't have screenshots of these because this happened in a group chat. Laura and this minor, Laura would force this minor to have sex. Sex with Shadow, ERPing. That's what ERPing is, sexual roleplay. And that made me want to vomit. And I couldn't believe this information, so I made a group chat with me, Hover, and Pineapple. We started talking about this for 2 hours. And it just was mind-boggling that Laura did this behind our backs. If you look at the date of these screenshots, these were right after we called out Nate, her ex-boyfriend, and Elizabeth show. Right after that. And that it's just revolting and insulting at the same time. Laura did this behind our backs. She should have known better for sure. So, Pineapple decides to warn Sonia about this. We didn't know if Sonia was going to confront Laura about this. We told Sonia, hey, if you confront her in VC, please record it. Sonia didn't confront her. She just cut her off completely without saying anything. And then, turns out, Laura is starting to get banned from other servers because a couple people in the servers found out about this information and got her banned from these servers. She got banned from a Sonic server. She got banned from other 5 servers because I notified them what was going on. And we had to keep this quiet until the show on Friday that was upcoming. We also talked to the minor Jay to see if any other information happened. He was still in the server with Laura. We told him to leave, but he said he wanted to stay until he got caught or got banned. Turns out Laura got butthurt of being banned from the Sonic voice acting server, and she nuked the whole server from that. So the minor couldn't get back in because Laura never sent him any link back in. So the minor is just keeping an eye on things as the best way he could have, but he couldn't because he was banned. Well, she nuked the server and never bothered sending a link to him, so he couldn't do anything. So we still keep in contact with Jay's base, by the way. By the way, Jay, I am so sorry this happened to you. Laura should have known better for sure. I am so sorry that you had to experience this disgusting behavior. I hope you will get peace soon. And I hope the stream that Delta and Pineapple did gave you some peace and some relief. Also, finally, the show happens on Friday. We did the show. Sonia, Hover, and Dr. Robotnik came on the show as guests. And then Laura comes in the chat and starts spurging and saying, oh, I'm sorry, it was a mistake, blah, 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 blah. And we showed everything, every screenshot that they had. And Laura just freaking lost it. Just lost it. So, the stream's out. But the funny thing is, Laura is talking to Hyena again. We told Laura a while back before this information came out of her being a pedophile. We told her to cut him off because Laura kept telling me and Pineapple that she was being forced to go back to Nate, her ex-boyfriend. Hyena was forcing them. Now, I don't even know if that's true anymore. I'm not sure. But we told Laura to cut him off because he was giving a platform to Nate. Like collabing with him, etc., letting him in a server, like just still talking to a pedophile. And a lot of other people have finally found out about this information. Lex found out about this information, is spurging, but is blaming people that we pushed Hyena away. Blue Kirby and Razor cut off Hyena months ago in the summer, when that stream came out. I told them behind the scenes, way before the stream happened, that Hyena was being very, very disgusting around a minor. And they did not want to associate with him, so they cut him off from their VR chat series, and project. They cut him off completely from the project because they don't want to associate with him. They cut him off months ago, and Lex is just finding this out and is defending Laura, Nate, and Hyena. It's very disgusting that people are so stupid that these people are adults and they see this. Now, I will give minors the lack of that because they are minors and they don't know better. But Laura's half of her supporters are stupid adults who don't want to know the truth and very immature minors that don't know any better because they're minors, they're very young and impressionable. So, yeah. So, I wouldn't attack anybody. Like I said, don't witch hunt these people because they're not going to listen. And Laura's never going to change. Laura's never going to change because she wants to be famous. She wants to do her acting career and etc. Just wants to be the center of attention. And it's just disgusting and revolting. I wish she would be punished for her crimes because what she did is illegal. But we can't take the law in our hands. We can't do that. We got to let it happen. We got to let karma do its thing. Because karma is going to get her. It always has been to people who do awful things to people and to minors. I think that is all I have to say. But Laura, if you're watching this video, you've really, really done it this time. You really messed up. You stabbed me in the back. You stabbed my friends in the back. You've done it to everybody. You've hurt minors. You tainted their childhood because of this, or their innocence because of you. You hurt a 14-year-old boy who did not need this crap. And you shouldn't be sexually simping for a character like this. He's a freaking hedgehog who is 50 years old. How is he attractive? I understand you like the character. I used to simp for him myself, but not like you do. You take it to a whole new level and believe that you're real. You are getting out of touch with reality. With that being said, this is NCASMR signing off.